Welcome to Religion Story YouTube channel, a space where we have casual yet meaningful conversations about Islam, culture, and the changing times. In today's video, we're diving into a story that's rarely discussed. What does Islam look like in Morocco today? This country, with 98% of its population identifying as Muslim, is going through major shifts. Young people are starting to question traditions, mosques are still full, but interpretations of religion are becoming more diverse, and interestingly, the number of people who identify as non-religious is also on the rise. We'll explore this from social, cultural, and even political perspectives, all in a light, thoughtful way that's easy to follow and reflect on. So if you're curious about how Islam is lived and evolving outside Indonesia, make sure to watch the video till the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss other exciting content on this channel. Morocco, October 17, 2025. Islam remains the cornerstone of Morocco's social, cultural, and political life. With over 98% of its population adhering to Islam, this North African country continues to uphold the religion as its official faith, with King Mohammed VI serving as the Emir al-Mu'minin, or Commander of the Faithful. Yet, amid a deeply religious society, new dynamics are emerging, particularly among the younger generation. A recent survey released by the Moroccan Institute of Social Studies reveals that 35.8% of the population now identify as non-religious, a figure that has steadily increased over the past 5 years. In major cities like Casablanca and Marrakesh, this shift is becoming more visible. Young Moroccans are beginning to approach religion more personally, moving away from traditional practices such as regular congregational prayers or Friday sermons. Still, religion remains important as a source of spiritual meaning and cultural identity. Sociologist Dr. Samira Banani from Mohammed V University refers to this trend as personal and reflective Islam. Many young people still believe in God, but they are more critical of religious institutions and more open to philosophical and social questioning, she said. At the same time, some young Moroccans are gravitating toward political Islam. A survey by the Global Attitudes Project revealed that 45% of young Moroccans, aged 18 to 29, support the incorporation of Islamic values into governance. This suggests that religious transformation does not necessarily lead to secularism. Instead, it can indicate a search for new forms of religious expression that are more political or ideological. The Moroccan government, through the Ministry of Religious Endowments and Islamic Affairs, continues to promote a moderate, Sufi-oriented model of Islam as part of its religious diplomacy. Institutions such as the Mohammed VI Foundation for African Ulama actively send scholars across Africa to spread Morocco's moderate interpretation of Islam. However, the road has not been without obstacles. In February 2025, security forces dismantled a terrorist cell claiming allegiance to ISIS, which had been planning attacks in northern Morocco. The incident highlighted the ongoing challenges of radicalization amid social tensions and youth disillusionment. Human rights activists have also raised concerns about limits to freedom of expression in matters of religion. A recent case involved secular activist Ibtissam Lachkar, who was accused of insulting Islam during a public interview. The case sparked intense debate over the boundaries between criticism, freedom of thought, and religious defamation. With more than 51,000 mosques across the country and family law still based on the Maliki school of thought, Islam remains deeply embedded in Moroccan life. However, rapid social change, global education, and the influence of digital media continue to reshape how religion is understood and practiced. Rabat, Morocco. At a small coffee shop in downtown Rabat, Layla, 27, a young woman in a hijab and a sociology graduate from Mohammed V University, is busy typing on her laptop. She's drafting a proposal for a modern Islamic literacy community for teenage girls. Around her, peers of her age are engaged in lively conversations about Quranic interpretation, Islamic feminism, and occasionally, the notion that marriage is no longer a life requirement. Layla is part of a new wave of young Moroccan Muslims who have chosen not to abandon their religion, but to revisit it more critically, more deeply, and more humanely. We're not a generation that's anti-Islam, she says. We just want an Islam that allows for dialogue, not just dogma. Although over 98% of Moroccans are Muslim, there is no denying that the way people believe is shifting. Many young people no longer attend Friday prayers regularly and are starting to question long-held norms such as gender roles in the household or the pressure to marry young. In Marrakesh, for example, a young man named Karim, 22, still performs the 5 daily prayers but does so at home, not in a mosque. It's not that I don't trust the imams, he says with a small smile. But sometimes the sermons feel more political than spiritual. Beyond these tensions, new spaces are emerging, places where once taboo conversations are now possible. In the quiet city of Fez, a group of university students gathers weekly for a study circle on feminist Quranic interpretation, led by a young female scholar named Noura. We're not trying to change the Quran, Noura says. We just want to read it with our hearts, not just with tradition. In these forums, they unpack topics such as polygamy, inheritance rights, and marital dynamics through contextual, psychological, and spiritual lenses. But the road to open religious expression is not always smooth. Ibtisam Lachkar, a secular feminist activist, was recently charged with blasphemy after a public interview in which she was accused of insulting Islam. Her case has divided public opinion between those who see it as a legitimate critique and those who believe sacred boundaries were crossed. We're not anti-Islam, Ibtisam wrote in her public statement. We just want to be able to ask questions without fear. From remote villages in the Atlas Mountains to sleek cafes in Rabat, Islam in Morocco is in motion. It is not fading away. It is transforming. Thousands of mosques still stand tall. Prayers still rise into the night air. But more and more young Moroccans are asking, what does it mean to be a good Muslim today? Layla, with her cup of coffee and her laptop, answers softly. We just want to be thinking Muslims. Not just followers. And that's a glimpse into Islam in Morocco, changing, yet still very much alive. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like, follow, and share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Note, the names, images, and/or videos displayed in this content have been anonymized or altered to protect the privacy and identities of the parties involved.